Hi everyone, to practice report number 1, Carry-lookahead Adder. In here, our entity's name is CLA4, that is Carry-lookahead. We have two inputs, are the X and Y. There are vectors, there are 3 down to 0. Those are from each one of the full adders. Then we have another input, that's the carry input, and that's not a vector, because we just need one of them. Then we have the S, there are the outputs of each of the full adders. So 3 down to 0 again, it's a vector. And finally we have the carry output. Again, it's just one of them, so we don't need a vector. And that's everything for the entity. Now let's go with the architecture behavior. We have 4 signals. The first of those are, well, is the temp sum. This is going to make a simple XOR between the X and Y, and it's going to wait for the carry or the carries from the lookahead logic. Then we have the signal C, P, and G. The C is the carry signals. Um, we have a logic vector 4 down to 0. Then we have the P and G. The P is for the propagate signals, and the G is for the generate. Uh, then we have the carry input that is going to have the position 0. That's because we need it to be on the less significative one of the whole adder. It's going to be the first carry. And then the carry is going to have the process of C, P, and G. The propagate signal, the generate, and the carry. Then we have begin. This is just a cycle of 0 to 3. It's going to loop. Once we have all the carries, it's going to end the loop. So that's the formula we got from the simplification. So first it's going to do this thing on parentheses here. Then it's going to use the OR with the generate signal. And it's going to start on 1, then on 2, then on 3. And then it's going to stop. Each one of those are going to get to the corresponding full adder. So, and then the carry output is going to have the value of the final carry, that is the number 4. So we needed to set that to the carry, to be the last carry from the Carry-lookahead Adder. And then this is going to compute the final sum. So S is going to have the value of temp sum. If we remember correctly, this one was only going to calculate the value from X and Y without the carries. That's why we were using an XOR. And the XOR, if we have 1 and 0, the value of output is going to be 1. In any other case, it's going to be 0. For example, 1 and 1 is going to be 0, and 0, 0 is going to be 0. Then, as you can see, we're using an XOR again. So the XOR is going to have the value with the corresponding carry. So here, as you can see, it says 3 down to 0 because we have 4 carries here. So for example, if the temp sum has a value of 1 and the carry from the carry 1 has a value of 1 again, 1 and 1 is going to be 0 from the final sum. And this is going to be for each one of the full adders and end behavioral. Now we're gonna jump ahead to the physical demonstration. Hi again, welcome to the physical demonstration. We have here the Carry-lookahead Adder using the FPGA. The first switch is the switch number 0, and that's the carry input. Then the switch number 1 is the X0, the switch number 2 is the X1, the switch number 3 is the X3, and the switch number 4 is the X4. Then we have the switch number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those are the Y0, Y1, Y2, and Y3. So let's begin. Let's put a carry input on, so that's a 1. And let's use the first X, so that's going to be 1 plus 1, that's a 2. So if we pull down the switch number 1, we have just a 1 because we have the X0 turned on. And let's add a 1 plus 2, so let's turn on the X number 1, so that's a 3 there, because we have 1 plus 2, that's a 3. And if we pull up the next switch, we have there a 7, because 1 plus 2 is a 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, and there you go. If we pull up the next switch, it's going to be a 15, and there you go. Now what happens if we pull up the switch number 0 from the Y, and we pull up the switch number 0 for the X, we have a 2 there. And if we pull up the J number 1, we're going to have a 3. Oh, my bad. So as you can see, the physical demonstration is working. If we pull up all the switches, we're going to have all the LEDs turned on, so it's working properly. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.